Hey GlamFam, Linwood here on my son Juju, and his hair has been freshly shampooed and somewhat blown out. I'm going to go ahead and part it down the center of his head, and I'm going to show you guys a braided design that I've done on him a couple of times before that he rather enjoys. So we're parting down the center, and then we're going to clip off the left hand side while we work on the right hand side. From there, I'm going to go ahead and start out with triangles right on this part line. And I'm only going to make them about an inch deep or so. From there, we're going to clip off the remainder of this hair, and I'm going to take some Shine and Jam, and we're going to place that on this hair that I've parted out. Now, I place it close to the scalp, but not on the scalp. I'm just not a fan of putting product on the scalp like that. The scalp usually doesn't need a whole lot of help. From there, we're going to smooth that hair out, comb it nice and smooth, and we're going to lay the rest of that hair out of the way so it doesn't cause any flyaways and things get caught. I'm going to just plait this hair, so I'm just going to take and braid it in a single plait. And at a couple of points, I apologize, the camera will get blurry during this video just because it's auto-focusing on everything except for hair. But we're going to go ahead and plait about halfway down and then smooth out. And I'm going to repeat that process. Now you'll notice I take the tail of my comb to see about where the tip of that triangle should end. And that way I can make sure that the triangles are the same size, the same shape, all the way down this part line. From there, I want to make sure that the points connect on the connecting points where the triangles are together as well. So I'm braiding down just to about where I want to add them in for the braid. So I'm going to go ahead and do this all the way down his head of hair. And then we're going to go ahead and pin them up and out of the way. So here you see me just kind of pulling those plaits on up, and I'm going to pin them to the opposing side, and we're just going to place them over there out of the way. From there, I'm going to take the Shine and Jam, and we're going to use that to lay this hair and control it. So we're going to again place it close to the scalp, but not on the scalp. And we're going to go ahead and use our comb to smooth this hair out and lay it down so it's nice and shiny. It gives a little bit more control over the hair, and it helps out with kind of adding some detail and precision look to it. Now here it's going to go blurry for a moment, but basically what I'm doing is a Dutch braid right along this large portion here. And the key difference between a Dutch braid and a cornrow is with a Dutch braid, you have very precise sections because it's typically a larger braid. A cornrow, you just pick up what naturally falls underneath the hair. If you need more tutorials on either one of those styles of braids, I do have tutorials on that on this channel for you to check out as well. So feel free to check out my How to Braid playlist. It'll give you all the deets on that. Once you get to where you're pulling that braid straight across and it can flow into the braid, that's when you pick it up and you add it into the hair. So if you are adding it in too early, it kind of takes away from the flow and the look of this style. So when that braid travels straight into the braid that you're braiding, that's when you know you got to pick it up and add it in. So it just kind of keeps everything nice and congruent on both sides. So right here, I can see, okay, I'm pulling it straight. It's going to add directly into my braid. That way we're not flowing up too much or down too much. We don't have these little wonky plaits kind of going everywhere. And it just makes it look nice and neat as you're going through this head of hair. So I'm going to go ahead and show you just a little bit more of this. Then we'll speed it up and kind of show you how to match them up on the opposite side as well. So you can see how that's shaping up. We're just gonna speed up so that way I don't want you guys to miss anything, but I also don't want you to feel like I'm wasting your time because ain't nobody got time to sit here and wait all day. I mean, honestly, we're all on quarantine. You probably do have time, but you still don't want to feel like I'm wasting your time. You could be napping or eating while you nap or whatever else. All right, so on the other side, what we're gonna do is use that other, the side that we've completed as kind of like a guide for how we're going to match these up. So I use the exact same partings and I eyeball to make sure that that first one is the same depth that I need it. And then I just go ahead and follow the same steps I did on the opposite side when we started. So this side, we're doing the exact same thing, just in the opposite direction. So I'm not gonna show you a ton of detail with it. And then from there, this is the finished look that you get. As always, let us know what you think down in the comment section below. Until next time, you guys, take care, God bless, and stay glam.
Entirely too much.
Take care. God bless. Stay glam. We done.
You're not even gonna put that in there.
I might.
You won't.
You don't know my life.